Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TMP Finance, where we make long and short-term investing simple. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ and at the market, some stocks as well. And we'll first start off with the NASDAQ analysis here. This is what I'm taking a look at right now. I see that there's not as much volume as there typically is in all-time high markets. For example, if we come all the way back to 2024, let's just take a look at what these candles were looking like here. Yeah, you do have some smaller candles, but then when we do break out to the upside here, you have candles that are at, anywhere from 1 to 2%. And I'm not seeing that kind of movement here in the market currently. And let's just take a look here at where we currently are. Let me zoom out. And right now we can see that these candles here are not very big at all. I mean, like the average candle here is maybe 0.5%. So it looks like we're slowing down with the buying volume here. And right now we do have this this shooting star top, which I'm not a big fan of here, especially when I see it rejecting from the upper band in the Bollinger Bands here. This is a 20 Bollinger Band. So what I'm thinking here is that we are getting a bit of rejection. Now, how low could I expect to go? Right now, what I'm taking a look for, if we do break the previous low of today, which is right here, what I'm looking to do is place a short position, and that short position could look something like this, targeting this previous support / resistance back down at 22,900, and then my stop loss right at the top of the day as well, and that's a relatively good risk-reward ratio for a day trade. You can cut it down even more if you want to bring it here and say this would be like a double top. That's the 2.37 risk-to-reward ratio there. But right now for the NASDAQ, I would expect to see a little bit of a pullback here. I'm not seeing anything major. It could very well be something like this, and then we continue moving higher. The NASDAQ has an average pullback of, I want to say, 5 to 6% in some areas when we're in a bull trend even, so it's nothing too concerned to be of. If we do break below here with a lot of force, I could see us come back all the way down to the previous all-time highs here, and that's your major risk level. If we break below that, that's not a great sign there, but I don't think that's going to be happening. Let's take a look at the heat map over here for the NASDAQ, and it's been a pretty mixed day. Not a great day for the market, to be honest. Nvidia, Apple have been extremely weak. You had UNH earnings today, which were in the morning at about 8 o'clock. That was definitely not good for the market as well. UNH stock dropped, I want to say, about 8% today, and we will take a look at that very shortly as well. You also had Procter & Gamble earnings in the morning. You have Visa earnings at the night. Visa, I did take a look at Visa, and it looks like they did beat earnings. However, their stock price is down about, I want to say, about 4% down right now. And it could just be very well that it's just chopping around because it was still pretty early after pre-market hours when I checked. But on Wednesday, you also have Microsoft and Meta earnings coming out at night. I want to say anywhere from 4 to 4:30. And then on Thursday, you have Apple and Amazon and also MasterCard. So that's going to be a huge week as well. And then on Friday, that's when you have Berkshire Hathaway as well. So we're going to take a look at all those stocks there. Let's actually talk about Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway, it's been falling into this downtrend here, and I did draw this resistance line. I'm not sure where it went, but it looks like we did break out of the resistance line. We could be looking to get this retest and then a bounce off. But if we don't get that retest and we still keep moving down lower and lower, there is a support line that is over here for Berkshire Hathaway, and I'll show you what that looks like. I think the support line goes something like this. Yeah, exactly something like this. And right now, what I could be looking for is a pullback all the way down to touch support, because it's been a little while since we touched that support line. The last time we did would have been all the way back in 2023. So I think it's very possible that we could come down, touch support, and then start to move up higher. Berkshire Hathaway is extremely strong, stronger than the NASDAQ, stronger than the S&P, and less volatile too. So that being said, you can put a very generous trade down below here if we were to touch something with a very tight stop loss, a very large take profit zone, and put a, I mean, this is obviously up to your discretion, but putting a reasonably sized position on top of that stock, I think would be a good idea. That's something that I will be doing myself, and you can catch a very nice trade of 9 risk reward ratio there, and that's very possible. But speaking about UNH, or UNH before, UNH right now, they had earnings and they did have a bit of a drop in the stock as well. Today we fell down 7.46%, so not a great sign here. And we are under the lower band for the Bollinger Bands here. So I would like to see it escape before I buy more. If we are looking to average down and you haven't placed, or if you haven't placed a position now for UNH, it would be a very good idea too. Your position looks something like this. Stop loss right at the swing low over here at about $250 a share. take profit. If you're looking to be ambitious, you can have it all the way up at all-time highs. I think that's very probable. Or you can have it here at the gap fill at $377 a share. But right now for UNH, if you are looking to average down, I would average down hopefully at this double top here, because that's very close to your stop loss, so you won't lose too much. And I think that is a probable chance as well. But that is my analysis for UNH. I don't believe that it's going to be going anywhere anytime soon. It is the #1 stock for healthcare insurance in the US. And as you're going to have people who are, a bigger population in the future, more illnesses, more people that they need it. It's not an option, The healthcare is people's #1 asset. That's not going to be something that's just going to fizzle away where you don't have any more clients. So this is a very short-term move. This downtrend here, I think that we can recover very soon. And when we do, that's 136% to the upside here, I believe. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, 140%. So that's a fantastic trade there. And even though it's 30 risk to reward ratio, it's still very possible. And I've caught trades like that numerous times. So don't let that fool you. Don't let that intimidate you. Let's take a quick look at QuantumScape stock. This is one stock that I literally don't know what it does, but it doesn't even matter. As a day trader, I'm just going for the best odds in the market. I couldn't care if they sell dolls or if they sell nuclear weapons, but what I'm looking at for QuantumScape here, they have this upper band here in the Bollinger Bands. They had a lot of volatility, more than normal. I mean, the stock normally trades at about $3.90, and it's all the way up at $13. And it has these very obvious pop-offs here. So I'm like, okay, this is not going to last too long. So as soon as I see it crash out of the bottom of the band here, what I was looking for was a move to the upside just to rebalance, place my position up here. My stop loss is right above the previous day's high, and then I'm shorting down all the way to the median line in the Bollinger Band, and that was a fantastic trade we took there. 24.2%, about a 5 risk to reward ratio, and that was one of the biggest stocks that we closed out on. And if you are looking for trades like this one and more, there are tons that we're taking currently on TMP Finance Discord community, and you can find that link in the description of this video. But currently we're up a ridiculous amount. We just closed a trade for AMD as well, and I'll show you what that AMD trade looks like as well. AMD, we bought all the way back down at about $95 a share, and we just closed our position today at about $179, $180 a share. 89.5%. But between AMD and between QuantumScape here, just today alone, we went from 81% year to date for stock trades all the way to 422%. As the 89% here, we do trade with 3 times leverage, so that 89% is looking like 267%. So you would have well over tripled your money there. And then QuantumScape, again, 3 times leverage. So at about 24%, that's 72% there. So we had an absolute insane day, and there's a lot more trades that we're going to be taking. But right now, we're in a very safe spot, and we could literally retire for the next 10 years and beat all the other investors that are just holding long term. And that's why I think that swing trading is such a fantastic skill to learn, because you learn how to capitalize off these little moves here and make a whole lot of money with very, very little time invested. So that's going to be a wrap for today. Thank you very, very much for joining in, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Later, y'all.